Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, Stan the Movie Man with your WIMZ.com movie review. This week at WIMZ.com, it was a unanimous, you sent me to see John Wick. It stars Keanu Reeves, Adrian Palicki, also Bridget Moynihan, Dean Winters, Ian McShane, Willem Dafoe, and more. It is the story of John Wick, a former hitman who left the life and married a beautiful woman, had an extremely happy life. However, she dies because of some mysterious illness that they never tell us what it is. And on the day of her funeral, a package is delivered to his home. It is from his deceased wife, something she arranged prior to her illness, and it is a puppy, a cute little puppy that she's named Daisy. Apparently that was her favorite flower. She tells John in a card that he should pour his grief into this puppy in taking care of it and have something that he loves despite this tragedy. And he seems to really take to the puppy pretty quickly. The next day he goes to buy the puppy some food and whatever else it might happen to need. And he is filling up his car at a gas station when he runs across some Russian fellas. They take a particular notice of his car, especially a guy named Yosef, and he's played by Alfie Allen. And they ask him how much he wants for the car, but he says it's not for sale. He drives off, but these are Russian mafia guys. And that night they break into John's house, they steal his car, they beat him up, and all of that would have been fine, except they killed his dog. Oh my goodness. That was a bad move on their part. Yosef's father, who is played by Michael Nyquist, is the head of the Russian mafia, and he knows who John is. He's the one that John was working for before he left to go marry his wife. And he knows that John will stop at nothing to make sure that the people who are responsible for this are killed as quickly as possible. He puts a $2 million contract out on John Wick's head. That attracts the attention of Ms. Perkins, played by Adrian Palicki, as well as Marcus, a friend of John's, played by Willem Dafoe. John is a one-man army, but he's not an invulnerable one-man army, and that's one thing I really liked about the movie. He gets beat up, he gets hurt, and he has his plans thwarted a time or two. It's nice to see a character in a film like this who's on a revenge mission, who is mortal and can have his plans sort of shut down in his face. That doesn't mean he doesn't kill a lot of people in the movie. He kills a bunch of people, and other people are killed by other people in the film as well. It is very violent. It has some foul language to it. Oddly enough, no nudity, but not that it would have helped. But the film's really good. I enjoyed it a lot. The action scenes are very well choreographed, and they're, for the most part, believable. But of course, the bad guy does what the bad guy always does, and that's when he has a chance to kill John Wick. He doesn't take it, so that ends up costing him later on. And I also like that they built some they built some rules into the world of the hitman. All the hitmen, when they're in New York, stay at the Continental Hotel, and it is known that it is a hitman hotel amongst all the hitmen. And they have a rule at the Continental: you do not conduct any business, and by that we mean conduct a hit, in the Continental, on the Continental grounds. It is a very sacred rule to the gentleman who runs the Continental. His name is Winston, and he's played by Ian McShane. It is it's a layer to the film, a layer to the story in the world that I really enjoyed, along with the fact that John Wick isn't invulnerable. It all worked for me very well. and I enjoyed the film quite a bit. I'm giving it 5 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review, as well as to vote on the movie that I see next time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them to me at StanTheMovieMan@Comcast.net, and you can follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan. Until next time, toodles, y'all!